Good morning friends and welcome to the pre-market view. US markets were up about 0.5 to 0.6% and in fact S&P managed to close above 1800 for the first time. No other major data points coming out from US, and European markets too were up about 0.25 to almost about 0.6%. The data point that came out from Germany were better than market expectations, so that helped the German market, and that was up almost about 0.6%. And when we look at the Asian markets today morning, Japan is running away with 1.3% kind of a gain, as the yen has depreciated against the dollar to almost about 101.3 levels, and most of the other markets are up. Like Hang Seng is up 0.25%, and SGX Nifty is also suggesting that we are going to open up about 25 to 30 points up. And Friday we had a very erratic kind of a session wherein there was a lot of pressure on some of the index heavyweights like Reliance and ITC, and McDowell's or United Spirits was a standout performer as the deal is near completion, and there are some indications about the product rejig from the Diageo side. In terms of flows, friends, FIs were net sellers in the cash market to the tune of about 2.86 crore. The domestic institutions were sellers to the tune of about 254 crore, and in the index futures, the FIs were buyers to the tune of about 56 crore. On that note, let me invite Shaival to take us through important F&O cues and ideas that we can have from the F&O side.
Good morning friends, let's have a view at derivatives. Friends, from last 2 to 3 trading sessions, we have been seeing that the market starts on the flattish to positive note, or say opens marginally lower, and then during the period of time, during the day, we have seen that market shows some resilience at lower levels and bounce back sharply. But during last 1 hour of trade, we see a sharp selling coming into the market, and due to which markets not only wipe out the early intraday gains but also closes near the intraday fresh intraday low. So in Friday's trade also something somewhat same thing has happened in the market, and we have seen that the market has closed almost near to the day's low, and during this period of time we have seen some short positions building up in the market, and due to which we have seen that the PCR ratio has further slipped from 0.87 to 0.85, as good amount of open interest has been added on the call side compared to that of put. Now talking about the options activity, friends, from the current option matrix on the call side, 6,200 call option stands with the highest number of shares in the open interest, followed by 6,100 call option. Whereas on the put side, friends, 6,000 put option stands with the highest number of shares in the open interest. So talking about the broader weekly view, our weekly VWAP is at 6160. Our bias for the market is negative as we are trading below this levels. So our higher range would be 6160 for this month, and the lower range would be 5900. Although our bias for the market is negative, the PCR ratio is at 0.85, and we have seen some good amount of option activity taking place. We feel that we might see a bounce in the market up to probably say 6,100, 6,120 levels. Now talking about the support from intraday perspective, 6015 is the support which we feel the market would take support at this level, and from positional basis 5970 on closing basis might act as a good support, and resistance for the market would be 6070, 6120 as I mentioned earlier. FIs also were net buyers in Friday's trade. Now, as we feel that we might see a bounce in the market, and SGX Nifty is suggesting so we would like to play on the positive side by going long on Jindal Steel by maintaining a stop loss of 245 rupees 15 paisa. Thank you.
Here are the important news and events that we are tracking today. First of all, EGOM has accepted Telecom Ministry's recommendations of 1800 and 900 megahertz reserve price, and the recommendations for the 800 megahertz pricing will be given by TRAI, and the Department of Telecom will finalize the quantum of spectrum which is likely to be auctioned. And the government hopes to raise almost about 30 to 40,000 crore from the one-time spectrum fees, and this auction is likely to take place in the 3rd week of January. So this is a bit positive for the telecom companies, so one can watch out for some positive action in companies like Bharti and Idea in today's market. Pfizer will merge its Indian subsidiary Wyeth with itself in a move to create a uniform brand presence across the spectrum, and there is also a one-time dividend payment of about 360 and 145 rupees respectively for both the companies, Pfizer and Wyeth. And the ratio would be about the 7 shares of Pfizer would be issued to the shareholders of Wyeth for every 10 shares that they hold. So this is definitely a bit favorable to the Wyeth shareholders. Financial technology, some positive news as the company may sell its warehousing and collateral management arm, NBHC, and has appointed investment banker Avendus Capital as advisors to look into this deal. So expect some positive action in the financial technology stock in today's market. And ONGC Videsh Limited, the overseas arm of ONGC, is looking at buying a stake in the US major Chevron's 4.3 billion Block B gas project in Vietnam. Diageo is planning to do a major restructuring of its existing brands in India, and what they are looking at doing is actually shutting down some of the mass brands which are not actually contributing to the profitability, and actually come up with some premium blended scotch like Johnnie Walker Blue Label, etc. Is what they are looking at launching and would be distributing through the United Spirits distribution network. So this is a bit of a positive for United Spirits stock, as we hear that the deal is likely to get all the regulatory approvals and its weight in the index is also likely to increase. So watch out for some positive action in the United Spirits stocks in today's market. And also there are indications that the company would come up with a couple of more premium brands over the next few months. So on the back of these developments, one can go long on United Spirits with a stop loss of 2475 and a target of about 2601 to about 2650. Engineers India, some positive news as the company has got 139 million Nigeria's Dangote Group deal to project management consultancy. So one can go long on Engineers India with a stop loss of 157 and a target of about 166 to about 170. That's it from all of us, friends. Have a good trading session and see you tomorrow at the same time.